cameras through this large complex. To protect the integrity investigation, I'm not going to get into specifics of each of the cameras, other than to say we've seized all of them and have reviewed all of them.
Detective, can you speak a little bit about the kind of search? You've shown us the aerial footage. How many officers, how long spent, what's the status of that, please?
Yeah, so this is a very large search. As the inspector said, this is the first time the Hamilton Police have undertaken a task such as this. There will be anywhere between 15 and 20 officers there each day of the week, Monday to Friday. They're doing a systematic search of the area that we know the waste was disposed of from this location, from the apartment building. And we've estimated it may take several weeks, up to 6 weeks possibly, to complete the search.
What's the size of the area?
Approximately 80 meters by 100 meters in dimension. We're waiting to see how deep we have to go, possibly a couple meters deep as well.
How did you arrive at the belief that she was disposed of through the garbage chute? I know you had mentioned you don't want to disclose too much of information related to cameras in the building, but if there's a chute in the hallway and there's a camera in the hallway, is that something that you guys saw? A bag being put down through the chute?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into the specifics of what we've located so far, other than to say that early on we identified this as one of the possible avenues that we needed to investigate. It took time for us to go through the other parts of our investigation and rule out other possibilities, and we've come back to this as a focus now, that this is a possible way in which she was disposed of.
In December, the boyfriend was also reported missing. How long was he missing for, and who reported him missing?
So both Shalini and her boyfriend were jointly reported missing on the 10th of December. Her boyfriend showed up at the family's residence the following evening, or following afternoon, outside of Hamilton. Police from our service went there and confirmed that he was alive and well and was no longer needed to be searched for. But from that point forward, we've had no cooperation from him.
Can I just clarify, you mentioned one of the journalists that the person was known, the boyfriend was known to police. Did the boyfriend have a criminal record?
That I can't get into, but he was known to police from previous incidents.
Are there any dogs or any other experts involved in the search?
No, at this point the search will be done physically by police officers. You can imagine in a landfill site there's lots of hazards that we have to deal with there, and I'm not sure it would be appropriate to take a dog into that area with the amount of sharps and stuff that could be there.
We see them in the video, they're kind of hacking away. What's the strategy here? Are they combing through literally every piece of garbage? What are you looking for?
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. They're going to be opening every bag and searching through everything that's located in that target zone, and the goal of this is to locate Shalini and any other evidence to her disappearance.
Why in that specific target zone? I know you mentioned 80 by 100 meters or whatever. Why there specifically? Is that where the garbage that bin tracking was supposed to end up? Is it organized like that at the landfill?
Yes, so that's a good question. In this particular landfill, everything is GPS marked. So every truckload of waste that shows up at the landfill is marked by truck number, and the GPS marks where they dump that, and then the waste is spread out by the machines on site. So based on our target week of her disappearance, we know from the GPS what area to look in.
In the news release today, it said that the waste originally went to a different site and then was transferred to here. So you searched that site in December. Why has it taken this many weeks to now search this site?
So as I mentioned, we had so much surveillance video that we had to go through for this investigation. When we learned that some of the waste might still be at the Kenora waste transfer, we preemptively secured that site to try to get to that waste as quickly as possible. We had not yet completed all of that video review and all of the other investigative steps necessary. So we got to Kenora really quickly just to stop that garbage from going to the landfill. When we discovered that the vast majority of waste had already been moved out to landfill, and we had other investigative leads, more video that we had to go through, and then just the planning for doing this landfill search, we had to consult with many agencies about how to properly and effectively do the search.
So you said that boyfriend's not living at that apartment where this happened, but he was living there before December 10th?
He was, yes.
And is there a reason to know why he's no longer living there?
One of the main reasons is it was Shalini's apartment. So when she went missing, she legally has control of the apartment, and so property management would only let her back into the unit.
You had said earlier that Shalini and her boyfriend were reported missing on a specific date, and then 2 days later, the boyfriend appeared at the family house. Is that his family or her family's house that you're right now?
He attended his own family's residence.
And you had said earlier, Specifically asking again, who had reported the two of them missing? Was it his family, her family? Was it friends of the two of them?
From my understanding, the initial concern came from Shalini's parents. They had not heard from their daughter in a number of days, and they went looking for her. They initiated the call to the police, but some of those initial reports of the boyfriend missing involved his family as well.
Could you just restate when the search began, please? The
It,
end of the search?
it began yesterday morning, and this footage was taken earlier today from the landfill site.
Any idea how much garbage is up there?
In terms of actual
Yeah.
volume, I don't know. We'll have to evaluate how the initial search site goes, and then potentially increase or decrease the site from that point.
You said the boyfriend was located at a family home outside of Hamilton. Where outside?
I guess the most I would say at that point, it was in the Halton region, so just outside of Hamilton. But I don't want to get into more specifics about his family at this time.
Are you guys working with any other agencies in the search beyond the police?
So the search itself is going to be conducted by Hamilton police officers. We are in consultation with some people from the Center of Forensic Science and the coroner's office, just so that is put into motion if need be. But the actual physical searching will be done by Hamilton police officers.
The search itself that's being conducted by your colleagues within Hamilton Police. What can you say about that being members of the public order unit and the forensics unit?
So it's a mixture of members of the public order unit who are trained to do these searches, and we've also implemented some cadets that are going to assist with that as well. And then as need be, the forensics unit will be involved.
And you had mentioned at the outset or reference to the inspector's comment about, you know, Hamilton Police not ever really getting involved in something like this. Do you mind elaborating or being a bit more specific as to what you mean by that? That, you know, you haven't searched through a landfill for you know, evidence of human remains. Is that what you mean?
Yes, this is, to my knowledge, the first time Hamilton Police have looked in a landfill at this size to try to locate a person. Okay. Okay, thank you very much, and we hope to update you as soon as we can.
Thank you.
Thank you.